A video featuring workers at a Southwest Key immigration facility indicates that there was some abuse of children going on. The video was the result of a Freedom of Information request, and it's pretty bad. So Arizona Republic is the organization that asked to see this footage. And what the footage shows is shelter workers essentially dragging migrant children, getting physical and aggressive with them. And I don't want to give too much away. CNN actually covered this and showed some of the video, so I wanted to share that with you. Take a look.
They do show are mid-September incidents that happened to at least 3 migrant children where staffers are seen dragging and pushing migrant kids. As we understand it, Southwest Key did report these incidents in mid-September to local law enforcement as well as federal officials. There was an investigation as well by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. But after their investigation, they concluded that they would not bring forward criminal charges. That has seemed to have changed, though. Now what we understand is they're going to recommend an alleged child abuse case to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office.
So they did report this to local law enforcement, and I'm going to give you the statement from the local sheriff's office in just a minute. This is actually the Hacienda Del Sol facility that was run by Southwest Key, and it no longer operates. They had to shut it down for a different reason. But let me give you some more information on what was found on these surveillance videos. One surveillance video actually shows a male staffer dragging and pulling a boy into a room, then slapping him and pushing him against a wall. The staffer then recoils when it appears the child strikes him. The staffer then leaves the room and the boy is seen retreating to a corner, then pounding on the window in a door to an adjacent room. That was just one of the incidents. There were as many as 3. And the local law enforcement basically said that there was nothing that they could do, and it seemed like they were okay with what they were seeing. So Sergeant Joaquin Enriquez released a statement saying the investigation determined that while physical force and restraint techniques were used against these minor children, these actions did not rise to the level of criminal charges. In fact, he also said that state law permits the kinds of restraint techniques shown in the videos.
In one of the videos, one of the children, a different child, is being dragged by another staffer. So those staffers finally have been fired. But this is what good journalism gets you. It at least shines a light on these abuses. And the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department that was not going to investigate now at least is investigating. And the staffers that were not going to be fired are now fired. And that's what should happen to you if you are dragging, pushing, and shoving tiny little kids. That is not the proper way to handle kids. And until the Arizona Republic and CNN did these stories, nobody was going to do anything about it. So great job by the Arizona Republic that asked for the Freedom of Information request in the first place and publicized it. And also good work by CNN and their correspondent, Nick Valencia there.
Yes, and as I had mentioned earlier, this particular facility had shut down. It was operated by Southwest Key. The name of the facility was Hacienda Del Sol. It didn't shut down because of the treatment of these migrant children. It shut down because they just weren't doing the necessary background checks on the employees. And so the health department got involved and basically told Southwest Key, hey, if you don't get this under control, if you don't do these background checks, we're gonna shut down all of your facilities. At that point, that's when Southwest Key decided, okay, we're just gonna shut down Hacienda Del Sol.
Well, man, that is an advertisement for background checks. Because it turns out they should have done the background checks. But the larger point here is, we have talked about immigrants in this culture these days and in this era of politics in a way that has dehumanized them. So it shouldn't be overly surprising that some of the kids have been treated in dehumanizing ways. So look, the politicians all the way up to Donald Trump are not responsible for every wrong action by every employee across the country and how they're treating immigrants, or in this case, immigrant kids. But at the same time, the fish does stink from the head down, and he set. And these guys might have done it anyway, with or without Donald Trump, and they might have their own set of issues. But when he talks about immigrants in a way that indicates that they're animals and that they're not humans, it does have reverberating consequences. And unfortunately, we see this terrible video come out now.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below.
then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.